All right, we are in the Southern Safari Tournament. We're in the weekend round in the rookie division. I'm in my 77 account. My odd account did not make it. In that particular bracket, I shot a 20. I made it back to 24, and not a single 24 made it. Not a single one. None. But there wasn't that big of a separation between the top was 29 and the to make it was 25. So in the weekend round, man, it would have been awesome. Because somebody could pop out a monster score. And we'll see if we can do that here. I think that in rookie, and I haven't looked at the top, I'm not going to look at the top, but I think in rookie, I'll have to shoot at least better than a 30. And I mean, I think even if I'm at a 31, I might get caught up in some stuff. So it's possible out here. I've got 1, 3, 4, 7, and 8. Those are the holes that I'm really, and 6 is a really good hole, but I don't have it on my list of holes that I like really want to be on my A game. Those 5 holes. So we will see. I'm shooting for 34 and hoping for the best. So like I need to be at least 30 plus. But there are holes out here that we can make shots on. So, and we're going to start off on hole number 1. We need to get this hole both times through, and I'm doing a max hook from this spot right here, trying to bring it through. And from this transitional area, I want to be 5 rings into the fairway, and I'm 1 less than max top spin. Maximum left-hand side spin, Kingmaker, 5 full rings off, and I'm 5 full rings off, and I gotta hit it perfect. Okay, let's make sure I got my bags. I got the ball. We're on hole number 1, and I got the right bag. Let's make sure I got my calculator working. Get all my stuff going. I got a cup of coffee. I got a cup of tea. I got my electronic cigarette. I got my notes. I got my new club numbers. I am ready. All right, let's go. Let's see if we can get a eagle right here. It's eagle or bust. Now this is not a bad hole to bring out, and I don't think I have any. We need a power 3 side spin ball. Power 3 side spin ball. And the 2 precision 3 power balls that I have are 5 side spin, so those would work. But I only have 2, and I think I can make it without it. Now I would only be bringing the precision ball so that I would enhance my ability to get in on a failure. So if I didn't get the drive over there, because if I get the drive over there, understand that there's still work to be done. The game, this hole is not over, but it is nice work if you're going to have to do so. Keith goes first. Get out there, Keith. Let's get her done. Get her done. 5 rings. I was hesitant, so I have this club has just a little teeny bit more curl in it than the last time I was here. And 4.5 rings was perfect. But with that little teeny bit more curl, I need to go out. And I did 4.5, and I got lucky, but I ran right over the sand trap. And then I did 4 3/4, and I clipped the rough. So 5 it is. Now, I haven't made this week, so I've made it over in the earlier rounds, but in the opening round I didn't make anything. I made the hole, but I didn't make anything, or I did exactly what my opponent did and got right there. I want to miss that sand entirely. In its entirety. 1 less than max. 5 rings. 3, 4. 3.11 rings. There's 3.11 exactly. Max curl. Hitting it perfect. Go down the lane and just run out onto the green. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, that is what we're looking for right there. Right there. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! And, no, not yet. Not yet. We still got tons of work. That is work that can be done, though. Nice. There's max, there's mid. I'm in the quarter. I'm deep. Hitting it perfect. I was trying to focus right there because this is a woo in the hole. Look at that. Jeez. Man, a little pressure on that hole. We have to get hole number one. That is some low hanging fruit. I mean, that fruit, like the limb is hanging down and the fruit is touching the ground and the limb is loose. It's not even wanting to whip up and snap you in the face. I mean, it's just laying there ready to roll. All right, we got that one out of the way. Now this hole right here, I'm gonna pick my bag. I actually, in odd, I was out here, and there's the thing about doing layups is if you're doing a layup shot, you really need to make sure your layup ends up where you were trying to lay it up. Now there is a rough bump down there, and the only way I'm going to be able to do it is if I brought a Goliath, but I think I'm just going to go for the straight up shot with the Grizzly. And I'm going to bring a Power 5 ball. If I'm in the range where I have to use that Cataclysm, I've got bigger problems than the fact that I'm in the range where I have to use my Cataclysm. This is an APOC Grizzly shot. Maybe Thorn, but I don't think so. I think it's an APOC Grizzly shot. All day. Let's go look at it. Let me make sure it is the hole. Hole number 2. It is the big beast of a hole. I came out here in odd and I was trying to lay it up right here. And I've done this, I do this in one-on-one, and I've done it 1,000 times. If I was to take that shot 100 times, 99 times, it'd be right there. It'd be in a different spot, but it'd be right there. You'd have the same second shot for most intents and purposes. And I duffed it, and I ended up in the rough, and you can't recover. That's the shot that I dropped a shot, and then I picked one up, and that one that I picked up I had to use to cover me. But here we've got tailwind. I'm going for this. I'm going for bounce number 1, bounce number 2, and we got to go. We're trying to go down this path, and we've got this rough line here, so that means the farther we hit it to the left, the farther forward it has to go in order to clear. So a lot of times what people will do is they'll start off a little bit to the right and they'll put on a little teeny bit of curl, and it wants to roll off this way. So if it's got a little teeny bit of curl on it and it's moving in that direction, it might fight past some of that. Just a little, not a lot. All right, we saw it. We're prepared on the drive. I was doing plus 10 on the drive. 1.1 times whatever the wind is. I was doing 1 less than max topspin. All right. Let's make sure I got the right bag and I got the right ball. We're ready to play it. And I'm doing a 30% plus 0.2 to the cup. Don't ask. That's just where I'm at. I have no idea where you're at. You could go, dude, I'm doing, and that's because we're all at a different spot. That's the thing about this. The thing about it is if you get somebody's, like, if you get somebody's note sheet or their dial-in guide, and you're using the app, I suppose if they were using the app, then you're corresponding it out. You got to make sure you're using the right base numbers, that you're both working off the same foundation. My opponent has a power 5 ball using the wind. Two rings great to the right. See, if you hit it great to the right, you've got to hit it farther forward in order to get past that rough. So it is better, if you can, to start it off a little bit lower and try and bring it to the right. I'm going to start right there. 2.9 divided by 1.2. 2.65 rings. There's 265 exactly. Just a little teeny bit of lean. And that was probably not enough for the 2,500 rings great to the left that I just hit it. That'll bleed me off and I'll end up in the sand. Lucky. That's why I started putting on one less topspin, because I was getting, man, I was like all the way down to the tip. But if you were carrying any momentum, it's steeper down on the tip and you just roll off. Excellent. Okay, 1.3 times the wind. Hey. Rat bastard. And what is that? Plus 0.2? Plus 0.2. Okay. I'm ready. I need the wind and where I'm at in my club. So I have two variables I still don't know. And I'm hitting my Grizzly, if I'm in Grizzly, at 0.91, 1.3. I am in Grizzly. There's max. There's min. There's mid. So I'm in mid club, so it's 1. So 5.1 divided by 1. 6.83 rings. .83. Hey, there's 5.683. Oh, I was trying to catch it on the first time by because I knew I was running out of time. One ring great to the right. Oh, man, that would have been close. Oh, that would have been close. Oh, so close. It's so far down the hill, it's hard to get into the right spot so you can see it all. The way it works, damn it, that'd have been a nice perfect. I don't know if it had gone in. I went the other day. I went over the hole and had enough speed that I ended up about 3.5 squares back, but the trajectory was on track, and I did 0.1, so I added on 0.1. Oh, that'd have been a nice perfect. That's a hole right there that I am absolutely not counting on ever getting an Albie on. So if I get an Albie, it is an absolute exciting moment. I've gotten a lot of Albies on that hole. I played that hole a lot over the years that it's been out. All right, I am doing on this hole I believe I'm at mid club. And so mid club with a sniper is 1.1, and it's 1. I was adding on 10% times the wind, and so these balance each other out, and it's just the wind. I'm just doing a straight up 1-to-1 shot with a navigator, and I believe it is a sniper, a navigator and a sniper. Let's do, what do we got here? Navigator. One's blowing straight back. I'm going to bring out this ball right here so that I can try and not have to mess with the with the sand. So it is whatever the wind is. 1-to-1. Let's roll it. Let's hit it perfect. Come on. I made this hole once this week, but I think I've only hit it into the hole perfect, maybe once or twice. And like 9 shots out, I think I've only hit perfect twice, and I made one of them. And the other one, I was slightly off, and I made an adjustment. I went to the 1-to-1, and then I made the next one. Let's try and make this one. This is a dangerous ass shot. Okay, 1-6. Here's 1-5. Here's 1-6. Getting it perfect. Get in the hole. You rat bastard. Plus 0.1. 1-to-1 plus 1-2. And it'll probably be different on the back. Close. Yeah, the reason I was saying it was dangerous is because in this area you've got here's the fairway, and here's this one sand trap, and you're getting to that little crotchy area. And the way the wind was blowing, in order to give myself separation here, I had to pull up into this arm, which means that if I hit a grate to the right, I'm in the sand. If I hit a grate to the left, I'm in the fairway. So if you hit back here, you might have a grate one side or the other, or maybe both, and you'll still be fine. But when you start pushing into these necks, it becomes a dangerous shot. Perfect or bust. I don't normally like to do that, but this hole right here, man, there is such a great opportunity for a hole-in-one on this hole. With that bump. I played the other rough bump in odd. If you're in pro and you go out there with a 3-power ball, you have just enough room. As long as you've got a pure side wind or a tailwind, you have enough room to do the secondary rough bump. The secondary rough bump is, I'll zoom in. The primary's here, and I was up in that arm. That's what I'm talking about. On either side, you're in trouble. If you're dead center in the middle, you got a little bit of breathing room. But there is a secondary rough area right here that you can do. You can do it in rookie pretty easy, but in pro, you've got to have a 3-power ball in order to get enough of a red line, or you're going to be hitting it with your driver, which isn't a problem, but you may not have enough oomph. You got to have a little bit of topspin in order to get it this far from this far back. All right, hole number 4 is definitely on my list of holes that we can pick a shot up, and this is the harder of the two. Hole number 4 and hole number 8 are, in my mind, pretty similar, but we can get up here. And I'm still having this freaking problem where I'm coming through on this angle, and so the fairway, let me zoom in there. The shadow down there is kind of hard to see it, but the rough area runs like this. And I'm still coming in on this kind of track, so that when I bleed out, I'm bleeding out into this area. And if we draw some lines here, I am, and the way that Golf Clash measures its shit, I'm like 700 miles away. If I would have been to the left, I would have been in the fairway an hour ago. Like, we're already done eating lunch and had tea, and you guys are still trying to get out of the rough to get to that spot. I need to be coming through more. It's the second bounce that's here is what I'm watching out for. I want to be coming through where my rollout is through the center part, not where it's through the angle. I think I put wind back in it last time, and that really helped me. One less than max topspin. I'm going to do max topspin. 1.1 times the wind divided by 1.2. Okay, all right. Sorry. I was sitting here thinking about it, because this is definitely a hole that we have to get. We have to pick it up. We just have to. I tell you. And I'm going to use a Berserker in that bag. All right, let me take a deep breath. Here we go. Missed two pretty good opportunities. 2 and 3. Need to get back on track. You got to get something in each segment, and we need to pick up these par 4s every time. I go first. 4.2. 3.85 rings. And 3.85. 3.85. I'm going to put one ring back in. Isn't it perfect? I'm going to clip. Am I going to make it? I made it. And I got through the center spot where I was trying to get through, where you don't have to go through as far. There we go. Yes, that is fantastic. Oh man, I thought I was going to clip that rough coming out, that I curled it too much. Yeah, if I'd have hit a lot of the shots going out in this direction, if you go from where I'm at, I might not have made it, or it'd have been right. It'd have been super close. Excellent. That's what I'm talking about. We still got work to do, though. This hole ain't over. We ain't doing good game until the ball's in the hole. Yeah, that right there is an extreme example of what I'm talking about. I mean, you look to the left and there's nothing but fairway for about a mile. Be real quiet. Perfect. Woo! In the hole. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. All right, can't get too super excited because we really do need to pick that one up. I mean, hole number 1 is the hardest of the par 3s. And this one being the second hardest. This one can be tough because right at the very end, we don't have a lot of control over our ball at the very end, and we're going through a rough patch. Hit it perfect, dude. It's in the hole on a perfect. Perfect. Get in the hole. Nice. 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 Good luck to you. Good game. Good game, my man. Good game, JW. All right, we picked that one up. That was important. That was critical. All right, I really have no shot on this. If you think I'm looking at hole number 2 and thinking if I make an Albie on that during a tournament and I get to score that I'm going to get excited. This hole right here is another one of those holes. I've made a lot of hole-in-ones on this hole, but once again, I've played this hole a bunch of times. And when I say a lot, like less than 10, but you know, maybe 5 hole-in-ones, 10 hole-in-ones or something. I've made a few over all of my accounts, but shit, I've probably played it. I played it a lot more times than that. It's a Graham hole. Graham. What am I bringing? I am bringing a Grizzly because I can. And I am bringing a Titan. Now, I'm going to bring a Kingmaker because I've been setting this up. I don't like how I've been setting it up. So, what's been happening? What has happened in here is if you try and put the backspin out with no side spin, you end up in front going at it. And I would really rather be over here and use some side spin to come at it if I can, but I'm not sure that I can. The terrain down here is forcing you, so like when you do that, the terrain is actually forcing you to set the ball up a certain way. I'm doing 20%, 1.2 times the wind. 0.9 per ring times the wind divided by 0.9. Grizzly Titan, 5 backspin. Now I have 5 backspin, no side spin, but we'll see what the deal is. I may change that if I have to move my initial spot. We'll see. I remember making hole-in-ones on this hole and being totally excited about it and surprised. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll have that feeling today. Maybe. This is a blind squirrel finds a nut, so let's see. As funny as this is, I made a shot the other day and I was like, well, even a blind squirrel can find a nut. And the next person I played was in the blind squirrel clan. And then the next person I played was in another clan. They were in different clans. Another clan called the Blind Squirrels. Different spellings. I thought maybe that was an omen. Gotta read the sign. Close. Which is my history of this hole. 5-2. .2 rings. There's 5, 2. Isn't it perfect? Overpulled it by like 0.1. That was right there. That distance was perfect. Perfect. Unfortunately, the trajectory was off by that much. I got to right there, right here where it started to glow, and I let it go, and it just rolled forward about a quarter of a roll. Always make sure when you're down in those spots that you see your bug I'd come out the other side of that cup. Let me have enjoyed burning myself in the fire for you, and I will pass that knowledge on to you. If you're ever down on those really short ones and you're pissed off and you just let it glow and you snap it loose, you might be really pissed off when it just rolls forward a quarter of a turn and doesn't go in the hole. You might be buying a new device. Maybe. Don't do that. It's never worth it. Hole number 6. Hole number 6 is not on my list of holes that I am super focused on, but this hole right here I like this hole. The very first time I ever played this hole, I got an Albie, and I've made 2 Albies on it so far this week, and I like this hole, so I think we have a shot. I am not trying to get greedy. I am trying to be right there. I'm actually trying to be in a spot out here that if I hit a 1-ring grate to the left, that spot would still have a little bit of separation. And so, like, when I get done with the shot, if I hit it perfect, you're going to see a lot of green in front of me. That's intentional. That way, if I do hit a grate over here, I don't ever take the risk. I would rather be a little short right here than be in this rough. You still got a shot from the rough, but this is the shot we're looking for. And I'm going to get this amazing feat done. Amazing feat done with an APOC, a Kingmaker, and a Grizzly. And if I have to bring out anything else out of my bag, something went wrong. Horribly wrong. 1.1 times the wind divided by 1.2. Play. Here we go. I need to pick something up. And this is a great opportunity right here. Here we go. All right, we'll do the wind first. After my opponent goes. I do not want to do any overpower. I want my shot to be super consistent. If you hit way down where my opponent's trying to hit, and you try and hit way down there, there's a beautiful rough bump that you can do. But on a week like this where we have nothing but tailwind, I'm not sure how good that rough bump would be, because you'd have to pull over the sand every day. Max -1, I think. I believe that is the case. Max -1. 3.3. 3 rings. Let's get lined up with the wind. 3 rings. Hitting it perfect. Perfecto. Got lots of green in front of me, but if you look to the left, if I'd have hit a grate to the left, I still would have had lots of green in front of me, but I'm in a great spot right there. I don't know what the distance is right there, but I am in a great spot. All right, I'm with my Grizzly. I'm doing plus 30 to the cup at 0.9 per ring times the wind divided by 0.9 per ring. All I gotta do is plug in the wind, set it up, and make an Albie. We got it. Wow, shit, we gotta hit perfect. Damn it, I forgot about that step. What are you doing, Itsy Bitsy? What are you doing, little girly? That's close. 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 Nice shot. I actually should come out here sometime and set that rough bump up. 2.9, 4.18 rings. Isn't it perfect? Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Get in. Get in. Woo! In the hole. Look at that. Look at that. Looky. What a deal. What a deal. In the hole. In the hole. All right. Deep breaths. Now we have a hole we have to make. Okay, we need to be excited, and we got all of our stuff. We just got now we're in a stretch. We got, is this right? We got 7 and 8. We're in some holes that we need to make here. And a lot of people do not like this par 3, but I like this par 3. I'm doing 60% times the wind divided by 0.9. All right, here we go. What am I taking? Taking a Grizzly and a Power 0 ball. And I think I took a Power 1 ball. I took a Navigator. So I've been working it with a Navigator so far this week so that I could cut the wind down just a little. And not that I'm going to use them now, but I think like weekend round, I do have some lower wind, and I do have a couple precision balls if I feel like I'm right on it that are in that Power 1 range, but I don't have any. I do have a few extra Power 0 balls, but I've got more Power 1s. All right. Because the wind is so hard to move out, I'm going to take out as much wind as I can so that I don't have to move it much. All right, we're set up. All I got to do is put in the wind and set the shot up. Hit perfect. We have the my opponent gets to go first. My opponent is using a Power 5 ball. Please do not use that ball. I'm not during the tournament willing to forfeit the hole to get your ball, but geez, come on, dude. Really? There's going to be some hole out there that you're going to wish you had a Power 5 ball on, and you're going to go, man, I wish I still had one of those Power 5 balls. And I'm going to think back to this time that you blew it on a freaking hole that you can use a marlin on. From the same spot. Now, if it goes in, it might have been worth it. Do the wind first. 1.7. 3.02 rings. 3 rings off. Okay, 3.02 rings. So I'm just going to move it 3. Three rings. So hard to see. Hitting it perfect. It's so hard to see your rings down there that shit you can't tell. There's a little bit of a it's a little bit of a crapshoot to see, like, did I move it 3 or did I move it 2.9 or matey. Dagnabbit. Would have been nice to make that hole-in-one. I like this hole. I've made a lot of hole-in-ones on this hole, and it is. The other thing is too is that it's a par 3 that eats a lot of people's lunches. So when we talk about holes that eat people's lunch, that ruined people's rounds, hole number 2 is definitely going to be the one that was the big winner in that category. But this hole right here is going to. I'll bet you looking through the bracket, you're probably going to find Well, we had 200. Is it 200 shots on this? Shit, there's got to be at least 10 people that went out there and at least, so that would be 5%. I'm thinking it's probably a little bit more than that came out here on this hole and duffed it at least once during the round. It's an easy hole to screw up. Because the wind adjustment on it is so massive that most people aren't willing to, especially if they eyeball, which I have no idea how you do that. We have to make this hole. We have to. We have no options. And I'm bringing an APOC and a Kingmaker. Heartbreaker. I'm doing 1 3/4 less than max topspin at the 16 mark. 1.5 right hand side spin. Plus 10 on the drive. 1.1 times the wind divided by 1.2. 1 3/4 less than max topspin at the plus 16 mark. 1.5 right hand side spin. And with a 3 power barrel, the plus 16 mark is the max red line. Why do we do that? We do that so on holes like this, we don't have to bring out a power 5 ball every round. Next round, if we had headwinds this week, you could bring out a power 5 ball and give yourself space in front of you to work out the wind. Because like right now with that level 6 APOC, they don't need to bring out a power 5 ball. They could do it with a power 3 ball and max topspin. 1 less than max topspin with that level 6 APOC. And save themselves a berserker. There are some holes that it's best if you're working with a berserker or you're working with a 5 power ball that you're committed. You're gonna have to bring it out every time you do it. But this isn't one of those holes. This is one of those holes that you can play the wind. You can play the ball to the wind. Perfect. Perfecto, my friend. .74 rings. 1 3/4, 1.5, 1 3/4 less than max. .74 rings. Let's get lined up. 174. Oh fuck, I am screwed. That was a 2-ring great to the left. I don't know what happens when you hit great to the left because I don't hardly ever hit great to the left. I might be screwed, but I like the results. I like it being down there, right there, right there. That's it. Short putt time. Short putt. And we got a serious opportunity on hole number 9. And here's the thing on hole number 9. I think in this account, I'm not sure I've hit it into the cup perfect. I think I hit it in perfect so that my adjustment was off, so I made an adjustment to it and I hit it perfect once with my 99 account and almost went in, but I don't have the ball guide, so I don't know if it was set up right to start off with or if I was just off in my setup. I really need to hit the second shot here perfect. Obviously, I want to hit them both perfect, but I can. If I catch a 1-ring great on the drive, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But on the second shot, I need to hit the shot perfect, if for nothing else, so that I can really like going into the backside here. I got to remember I'm in the weekend round. There's no second shots. All right, continue. We are on hole number 9. All right, I have decided to quit hitting my head against the wall, and I'm not going for this spot with this rough bump anymore. I'm going for up here with a grizzly rough bump. If I could get past that and get up here where I take the rough bump completely out of play, I'm not going to be upset about it, but I am trying. But I think I'm more like in this zone right here. And I am bringing out a power 5 ball right now because I am trying to get as much as I can. I brought out a power 3 ball, and I don't normally, I put everything on it. And I did get farther forward, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for. Okay, I'm doing 10% on the drive times the wind divided by 1.2. And then what am I doing on the second shot? Now, I'm doing a 1-to-1. I'm just 1-to-1. I've tried taking wind. This is what's frustrating about this hole. Holes here, holes and obvious from our eyes perspective, it's obviously uphill, so we should be taking wind off. And I've come out here and I've just played 1-to-1, and it's wow, like you should have took maybe 5-10% off. So I take 5-10% off, and then it's like, oh no, you should have took 15 or 20% off. So I take off 15 or 20%. It's like, oh no, you should have hit it 1-to-1. Then I hit it 1-to-1, and it's like, oh no, you should have added one on. It's like it's a freaking moving target. It's like there's gophers out there on the course, and this is the one hole that Bill Murray didn't get to, and they're moving the damn cup around. The cup is where it is, and then we hit the ball and everything's good and it's going to go in the hole, and then the gophers are moving the hole 3 inches to the left or the right, the little bastards. All right, I gotta take my tin hat off. I swear they're out there, man. Nothing like crystal light. And coffee. I'm out of coffee. Damn it. All right, let's put 2 shots together. Let's put 2 shots together here and make an albie on this hole. I have not made an albie on this hole this week. I think if you're trying to hit like the normal rough bump out there, you need to be at least 400, maybe longer. I'm not sure. I know we need to be down there. We definitely need 2 good shots here because there is a risk of getting jacked up on the drive, and that could be bad. .38 rings. .38, 2.4. I'm going to put all that forward distance back on there. I might be in trouble. And that's not the area to be in trouble. Did I get out of it? And I got out of it. Good. 447. All right. 1-to-1. And if I'm in my grizzly, it's at 0.9 per ring. Three rings off. I tried doing what my opponent's doing where I was 5 rings off and that ball guy disappeared. And they're 3.5 rings off and it appeared again for him. But I think at the 3 ring mark, and it's flatter up there. I'm trying to get into that corner that my opponent's in right here because it's flatter than this area right here where we normally hit that rough bump. I don't know that it'll help, but I'm done beating my head. I'm done being insane. Because I've hit that other shot. I don't know how many times I'm in the right spot. I take the shot and I get it to go in occasionally. That spot sucks. Or maybe it might just be me. Okay, there's Max Grizzly. There's Min Grizzly. I'm eking mid, which is 1 per ring. So it's 3.6. .6 rings. Here's 3, 5, 6. Oh, I knew it. I was anticipation. That was a solid 2 rings. Man, that would have been, I would have loved to have seen that. I think I would have missed it, but it would have been super close. Damn it. The perfect's going to kill me today. That's alright. I left it on the table for the back 9. Damn it. It's not on my list anyways. Alright. I actually have not looked at my score, but I think I shot... Did I shoot a 16? Did I pick up all 3 of the par 4s and I picked up the 1 par 5? I did shoot a 16. So that is what we needed to do on the front in order to set ourselves up for the back. I mean, I got a lot of work left to do. In order to, as I said at the beginning of the video, if you're at minus 30, that doesn't mean shit. You're going to have to be minus 30 plus, so that means I got to shoot a 15 on the back, so that means I got to have a super clean round. And what have I shot up to this point? I shot a 30 and a 15, so I need to stick with what I've done so far, or continue on the path of trying to pick something up. And there's a bunch of holes here that I didn't make. I gave myself a really good look on hole number 2. And I gave myself a really good look on hole number 3 as well. Hole number 5 I have no hopes of making in this tournament. I was super close this time, like a plus 0.1, plus 0.2 I think, when I would have been in the hole on hole number 5. Plus 20, plus 0.2. I was right there. Hole number 7, I really like hole number 7. And I think we have a shot on hole number 9 if I could ever hit it perfect into the cup. All right, there you have it. There was the front 9. I have no idea what's up at the top, and I'm not going to look. I'm just going to work my way up there and see what happens, and see if I can end up up towards the top. But I think I'm on the right track. I put myself in the hunt. Now I just have to finish off on the back 9. I will see you there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell, leave a comment, all that good stuff. I will respond, or I'll say something in the videos and talk about it and try and answer your questions, and we'll get her going. Stay safe, my friends.